The topic of today's sermon is dealing with problems. Imagine with me, what would we do if we started smelling something weird in this room? We walk in this room and suddenly, ooh, what's that? What would we do? Would we A, forget it, it's going to go away. Or B, don't think about it, it's not a big deal. If you don't think about it, it's not a big deal. C, somebody will do something. Somebody will fix it. Somebody will deal with it. Or D, let's get some perfume or something that smells stronger and overpower the smell that we smell. What would we do? Situation 2. What if you found out you had a leak in your roof? You come home and all of a sudden the ceiling has water dripping down the ceiling. What do? Do you A, just put a bucket there to catch the water? B, get some tape to tape it up with duct tape. You know, duct tape fixes everything, right? C, complain about it to everyone, hoping somebody will fix it for you. D, ignore it. Don't worry, when it stops raining, it'll stop leaking. What do? What do you do when you find problems in the real world? What do? Well, if you do A, B, C, or D, the problem doesn't get fixed. And every time you come to the room, it smells. Every time you forget, it smells. Every time you look at the ceiling and it rains, it leaks. So what do you have to do? In the real world, you have to deal with the problem. You have to get on your hands and knees and crawl around the room smelling everything. Smelling every part of the carpet, smelling all the wood, smelling the statues, until you find out what that smell is. Because if you leave it and the cause is not dealt with, it will stay stinky. Same thing with the leak. A leak means something went wrong. Usually it's something around the toilet, something around the shower, where the seal is no longer tight. And so if you just leave it and you keep showering and you keep using the toilet, or maybe it rains and your roof has a leak and you don't fix it, the only thing that's going to happen is that it's going to get worse. Now, not only is the drywall dripping and soggy, you're also going to have wet wood. And if you wait too long, you're going to have termites. If you're going to wait too long, you're going to have dry rot. And the problems will get worse and it will get much more expensive. But in the real world, that's how smart people would deal with problems. But how do we deal with our emotional problems? Somebody makes you mad. Somebody makes you upset. You don't like something. So what do? Same thing. I'll forget about it. If I just give enough time, I'll forget about it. Or you just complain to other people. Or you find out whose fault it is. Oh, it's not my fault. It's Gio's fault. I didn't do it. Someone else did it. Or you complain a lot to someone else so that they will listen. Or you just say, forget it. I'm not going to think about it. Or you know what? I'm going to go do something else. Or I'm going to go drink. I'm going to go get high and forget about it. Or I'm just going to watch a movie and forget about it. That's what we do. And so if you compare it, you'll realize that the stink doesn't go away. The leak doesn't go away. And that's why you're going to be surprised that every time it rains, you're going to have a leaky ceiling. Every time you come into the room, you're going to have a stinky room because you never fixed your problem. So you have to spend some time fixing your problems, fixing your anger, fixing your frustration inside your heart, because that's the proper way to deal with problems, not just let them sit.